take a breath in and relax and just let that breath elongate, and then maybe even hold it for a quiet moment, and then let that breath out. Continue to take a few more of these conscious breaths and notice that the inhale is bringing you exactly what you need in this moment. The exhale is taking away what you don't need. Your mind doesn't have to understand this. The deeper wisdom of the natural world is way ahead of you, has already set up your body and this ecosystem around you so that this whole breath thing works perfectly. Come into acceptance that it's already right. This Saturday, I'm going to be leading a breath workshop in Brooklyn. I'm really excited to be back in New York City after so long away. And I was really inspired to teach this because, I've been teaching ancient healing and enlightenment traditions for a long time now, for over a decade. And modern science has just really caught up with and is just starting to be able to explain in its scientific terms why it is that humans, the healthiest and most enlightened humans especially, have been working with these breath practices for a very, very long time, and helps us explain how they work on an anatomical level. And so I want to share a little bit of that with you, so that you can get as excited as I am to come back to these ancient practices with just a little bit more awareness. And I'm going to introduce you to some very simple principles, but that are really effective if you start to work with them in terms of bringing major health upgrades on a physical level, but also an emotional level and mental level, because of course the breath teaches us it's all connected. So I'm gonna give you a little inspiration, a little bit of awe and wonder at what you're made of already, and some simple guidance to start. And then we're gonna go in and we're gonna spend most of the time together doing the practices. I'll teach you several techniques, and we'll be integrating those techniques into movement. You're going to learn how to bring awareness, become aware of the breath. That's really through guiding you in some meditation techniques, actually. How do I bring my attention to these spaces and keep it there long enough to get the information about where I'm at and what I'm going to need? I'm going to be teaching you how to bring the breath into different spaces in the body, how to assess which spaces need to be kind of opened up in order for the breath to move, and which spaces actually might need to be a little stronger in order for the breath to move in its most healthy, natural flow. We'll be working with the rhythm of the breath, the rhythms of inhale and exhale, and you'll learn how to adjust that rhythm depending on how you might be out of balance in a particular moment, and how the breath can pretty quickly and very profoundly bring us back into balance, back into stasis, back into equilibrium and health. The experiential part of the workshop should actually be really sweet and really fun. You'll also get the opportunity to see how the breath practices we're doing can aid you in your physical yoga practice or qigong practice or dance practice or whatever it is, running. We'll talk about that a little bit too. How to bring it in when you're doing movement on your own. How working with all of these techniques can greatly amplify your performance in these various things. There will also be a little bit of singing. At the end, we're going to circle up, and I am going to help you get really clear about what are the most important insights and techniques that you need to take with you, and how it is that you are going to actually implement them in your own daily practices, and so that you can integrate them, embody them, and so that they can actually change your life. For me, this workshop is really a celebration of what we are, of our humanness, of our belonging to nature. And if you can catch on to just a few of the techniques, if you can just start to grasp these simple principles, every single breath becomes an opportunity to remember that you belong, that you are embraced by nature, by the universe, here and now, exactly as you are. That the universe loves you. And that every single moment is an opportunity to reconnect. I hope to see you there.